Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and in this video I'm going to be doing a review of the album Forever Underground by Vital Remains. This is their third album and it was released in 1997. So, before I get to the songs, I'm going to name off the band members really quick, or I'll try to name off the band members. It might be difficult because the font is very hard to read, so bear with me. I might get these names completely wrong, but I'll do my best. Anthony Loro on rhythm guitar, bass, and backing vocals on track 6. David Suki on drums, lead guitar, and bass. Joseph Lewis on bass and vocals. Yeah. So now let me hold on to get this back in the case. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, some of these sleeve thingies don't quite fit some of these record covers for some reason. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Anyway. So, the first song is the title track, Forever Underground. Really great song, great way to start the album. Has a really great sort of opening guitar riff that leads into the main riff of the song. Then, yeah, I really like it. The vocals are really good. The chorus is actually really catchy, or catchy for a death metal song. Yeah, I absolutely love the first track, Forever Underground. Great song, great title track. The next song is probably my second favorite song on the album, and that's Battleground. Really cool. I'd say it is my favorite guitar solo on the album. And it's just a really good atmospheric song as well. Yeah. So the next song is called I Am God. My favorite song on the album, the most atmospheric and just sinister sounding song. I just think it's so good. Now, this song is very interesting, musicality-wise, because it introduces an aspect that you don't really see in death metal, and that's the inclusion of an acoustic guitar. It sort of pops up, midway to the song, but it doesn't feel out. Here's the thing: the acoustic guitar bit does not feel out of place. You would think it would feel out of place on a death metal song, but no, it actually fits really well somehow. It's incorporated into the song very well. It's sort of like I guess it's part of the main guitar solo. I guess it feels like a solo, but it's like an acoustic version or something like that. But it also transitions perfectly into the actual guitar solo using electric guitar. It goes from acoustic solo to a very smooth transition into the second half of the solo, I guess, which is electric guitar. Yeah, really good sort of, I guess, change. Sort of like a change in musicality on a death metal song. It's very good, and I just think it's so, or at least it's unique compared to the from what I've heard. Yeah, great song. The next song, or it's not really a song, it's an instrumental. It's called Farewell to the Messiah. Honestly, they could have just left this song off or replaced it with a completely different song. This instrumental is extremely short, but it also feels extremely out of place for a death metal album. I don't really know how to describe it, other than, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it fits. Yeah. And then the next song is called Eastern Journey. This one's decent, I don't mind it. And then the last song, Divine and Fire, also pretty decent. So, my thoughts before the verdict. Oh, I almost forgot to show off the album art. So, the album art's really, really cool. It's like this pentagram-esque thing, but it also has like a goat head in the middle there. I also really like the detail. Like, you could see all the, the creases and stuff, like almost like it's some kind of like metal plaque on a wall or something like that. You can see it's just extremely detailed. It also even has the red eyes. I don't know if you can see that, but oh, there we go. But yeah, it looks really, really, really cool. The color palette is probably one of the best color palettes on a death metal album, because it's very subtle yet very noticeable. What I mean by that is just how it changes, like, changes colors very smoothly from like the bottom half to the top half. Like the bottom half, it's sort of a moss green kinda, and then going upward it gets to more of a purplish color, and then you get to the top half, which is sort of a purplish blue mix, and then you get the back part where it's more of that dark moss green color. Really, really cool color palette. Another thing to note is the logo, or more specifically, the font they chose. Now, this going forwards would be their logo font. Like, everything after this is pretty much the same font for their logo. I'd say really the only studio releases that have a completely different font for their logo would be the first two albums. The first album, kind of like the font they chose for their logo, kind of has sort of a Cannibal Corpse-esque vibe to it. And then the logo for their second the font they chose for the logo for their second album is a slightly similar to this, but different. Out of all the versions of their logo, I'd say, I'd say this one's my favorite. It kind of has like a medieval vibe to it. Like, it looks like lettering you would find in like a medieval scroll or something. And I love how it also has the reflective silver coloring to it as well, which every thing on the cover does. This one's a slightly different font, but it's similar. But yeah, you can see the reflective nature on the coloring, which is really, really cool. Also, this symbol right here goes with this logo. Now, going forward, for the most part, their logo and the symbol would be on the front of an album instead of on the back, but I guess for whatever reason they must have not had enough space, or just decided it wouldn't work because it would cover up the artwork. But yeah, this thing would usually be on the front. Anyway, so my thoughts. Well, first off, something very interesting I almost forgot to mention. This band started out as a 4-piece band, for their first album, their second album. Then with this album, they went from a 4-piece band to a 3-piece band. That's why the band members on here, for the most part, have multiple different roles in terms of, instruments and stuff like that, because there's only 3 members on here. Now, their first singer left after their second album for whatever reason, and they got they've had multiple singers throughout their discography, This guy that they got, I think, for only this album. I don't think he's on any of the other albums, but on this album, he's pretty good. I'd say he's good, but compared to the rest of the vocalists they have on their other albums, he's my least favorite. Again, he's good, but you know, I prefer, you know, their other vocalists. But you know, he does a good job on this album. I'm gonna give this album a 7 out of 10. The first 3 songs are definitely the best. Really, my only complaint is the Farewell to the Messiah. Again, that instrumental is just kind of out of place and doesn't really fit. But yeah, other than that, it's a really good album. 7 out of 10. Alright, so that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.